Hello, this is a first look at my newest project, and as you can see it's a Powermaster Optimus Prime, and he is based on the Marvel comic version. As you can see, he now has blue eyes, and the comic he has red eyes, so I will show you how to swap them, because like I saw on the response on my Facebook page, you prefer the red eyes. I also prefer the red eyes, but I also like the option to swap. So this is an early version. There may be some things that will change. Perhaps something will fall off because I didn't secure everything super tight, because I may change some things soon, so just so you know. So perhaps let's swap the eyes to the red color so you can see how that works. And it's actually very easy, so let me just zoom in. So you have to push on the face and this will open up. You can see here the blue eyes. You just take them off. Is it in the camera? Okay, so like this. Perhaps I could make some kind of a rotating mechanism. It's not really that important for me, but because it's a very easy swap. So, and if we can focus, so here is Optimus with red eyes, so he's more like the comic version. The windshield, there are some lines here that are not even. I know how to fix that, and it will be fixed. Those lines over here, and it will be more smooth, this windshield thing. Okay, so here is how he looks as a whole, as you can see. And the things I may change in the future is this, the back. I may do flaps that go a bit, those panels that go a bit more flat to the back. As you can see, there are two holes here, and I may make some panels that cover up this section here, but personally it's not that important for me, but I know it's important for a lot of people, so I will probably make it. And as before we go to the scale comparison, I would like to show you some of my other projects with him, because he is from the Marvel comic. So as you can see, here is Marvel comic Scorponok and Marvel comic Fortress Maximus. So I always wanted to make all three of them, so I finally achieved that. And you can buy the files for those two figures and to print them yourselves. This one I am still working on, so they will be probably available in the future. I would love for them to be mass produced somehow, so if you find this worthy, please share. Perhaps someone will pick this idea up. And those two figures also have alternative versions. So this is a rebirth version of Scorponok that sold on Etsy. So this is just, I wanted to show him before sending him. So these are the rebirth colors, and here is more cartoon version of Fortress Maximus with normal head. Normal with different head and different colors. I also made Black Zarak, and this is Grand Maximus, I believe, the Japanese version. So I have separate videos for all of them, so if you want to see them, go ahead, you can search my channel. And there's also something cool that I want to share with you. So so let me tell you the story, how this came to be. I was very tired, and I had the black filament in my printer, so I didn't want time to go to waste, so I printed some parts in black and then some parts in purple, and so now we have this guy. So I know that there are a lot of fans of the Nemesis version, so here is Powermaster Nemesis version. Unfortunately, this purple plastic is very brittle, and I am working on a way to make it stronger, so I hope it will turn out in the future and it will be stronger, but as of now, no, if you can see this, but those parts are glued together because they snapped very easily. And also this windshield is the improved one. I don't know if the camera will pick up the change, but as you can see, this is very, I mean, it's it's looking better than this one, and this will look like this one. Okay. Okay, so this is the Nemesis version. Perhaps I will make it available also. And there is an LED feature on him. I'm sorry that this is chaotic, but I am very tired and I want to record this. Okay, so it's not very elegant, but it's working. So this is the LED module. Let's move him to the side so this can focus. So it's basically the eye section with the LED inside, and it's wrapped around like this. It's not very tightly inside because I am waiting on the red LED. This is a white one, so it just shines through red plastic, but the red one should look a lot better. And the way it works is actually very simple. You just have to shove 2 batteries inside, and I wonder if I can, and of course I think I put them the right way. So they are shoved inside, and so they are shoved inside here, and this is shining the light. It is like this on purpose because it was too bright, so this part will be covered up, and let's just look at this. So let me remove the normal eyes and just slide this in. So I wanted to show you the proper red, but unfortunately it did not arrive, and I will make an update as soon as it arrives. But so let's see him about the lights. So yeah. So it's very simple, but it works. So I don't know if there will be a button or something like this in the future because there's very little room, but I am looking on the modules that are right now. It's not slid in all the way, so the face is a bit back, but you get the idea. So let's remove this module, and to turn it off, just move the batteries slightly out of alignment and it will turn off. Let's put in the eyes, the red eyes, and the back panel. Okay, so for the articulation, as of now, there you can do something like this that lets you have a bit more movement. Unfortunately, because of the way he looks, those parts obstruct the movement a bit, but you can lift them because of the transformation, and you can theoretically, if you move the cannons, move them at 90 degrees. And it's a bit stiff. They can slide back forward because of the transformation. This is never mind. This arm can move like this. Unfortunately, I did not do the double hinge. It can move a bit past 90 degrees, and if you remove his gun, okay, with his fist, be easier. Remove his gun, and if you slide his armor like this, you can get a bit more. So something like this, but it doesn't have a double hinge. It can't rotate over here, and there is this hinge that's for transformation, but it may give you an option for some strange poses, but well, yeah, so that's it. Okay, so the handles are very stiff and the guns, so that's the fists are sliding out, and he can move up and down slightly, and if he moves up he can do something like this. I think it's called an ab crunch. I written it in my comments, but I don't know if the name is correct, but he can do something like this. The head can spin, look up and down. It doesn't have a side-to-side movement, but perhaps I will make one in the future. The legs can move like this. Those parts need to be moved so that the leg can be moved. It is limited. I may work it out in the future. As of now, it doesn't really bother me. And you can rotate it like here, rotate it like here, and if you saw when I'm lifting him up, he's okay. Maybe you cannot see, but sometimes this thing unplugs, and this is a lock that locks the whole section in robot mode, and it should be more stiffer, but this version has been moved around a lot of times, and it was disassembled, assembled again, so the thing is very loose. But the version that I will be sending to the auction winner, because I forgot to mention that he is on the auction now, will be more stiff. So yeah, so this is it. This can spin. The knee doesn't go all the way. I may change that also, but because of the way he is built, you can move this and achieve something like this, so kind of a 90 degrees if you want to cheat. And for the foot, it can extend down, move side to side, move front and back, because this is a ball joint, and this is a heel that also have the pivot and can support some of the weight. So this version is maybe a bit more loose than I would like him to be, but that's only because he is the version that's used for testing, and then, like I said, he has been disassembled like, I don't know, 50 times or 60 times, so it does wear on the joints. And if you're wondering, here is Combiner was Megatron. So he is taller than this one, because I based this scale on this version, and this is the origin of the head. So this is a Powermaster, Legend, Jinrai, Prime. I lost track of the names, but yeah, so this is it. And here is him with Rodimus, or yeah, Rodimus. So yeah, and we will come to the transformation in a second, but here is how he looks with some of my preferred classics. I really like those figures, so yeah, preferred most of them to the new ones. I don't know if the scale is correct. I think he may be a bit too tall, but this is how they look together. And for the masterpiece scale, he is exactly the same size as MP10. So with some carbots, let me grab this guy and this guy. So here is he with blue streak and spin out. Spin out is a bit bigger than most of the carbots, but you get the idea. I think this scale actually works quite nicely, and I'm not sure what I can show you with him. Maybe he's a bit taller than Blaster, than KFC Blaster, so that is good for me at least. And okay, and since this is a Marvel comic version, and I really remember him with Hot Rod, So here they are together, and if you want to recreate the underbase saga or scenes, and you have Marvel Scorponok, my version of Scorponok. I think this Starscream does a great version of the Starscream from the underbase saga. I would love to see him enlarged, that would be really cool, but this is it. So let's transform him. Some things may fall off, like I told you. Those parts here, they should stick through whole of the transformation. I did not make this thing very like permanent, so you can plug them off, and I did this because I noticed that many times when transforming him I hit this very hard, and it would be easy to break, so I rather it to just fall off than just to break and ruin the figure. So this is why it is like this. And okay, I will try to show you everything in frame. If you saw the intro, you probably saw the transformation, the animation, so there will be a 3D animation. Hopefully there will be a whole series, maybe, if the feedback will be good. Okay, so how to start? Okay, so maybe let's look at the back once again. So those panels can lock here, and like I said, I will be working on filling this, but that's for the future. Okay, so let's start like this. Let's just lift those panels here and rotate them like this so they can be out of the way, and they will form the roof. And now just there is a place for you to grab this, and this is a locking point, so without this whole roof can move now. And now this whole section slides back, and this allows us to lift this thing slightly. You can lift him up a bit so there's more room to rotate, and now just rotate the whole section. There should be plenty of room to do it like this, and slide this back. Now rotate this thing here and it will form the roof. And now with the similar locking point, just lock everything like this. Okay, so now moving back, let's just rotate the arms like this, and on this hinge move them like this. Same with this one. Like I said, some parts are stiff because I am testing new joints. So we have something like this. Now we can move those panels over here, and those panels, they can be popped off. The same idea is like for those side panels, so it's better to pop them off than to break them. Okay, so we have something like this, and let me maybe switch the camera. Okay, now the arms rotate on this pivot like this, move inside and like this. So rotate on this pivot, move down and down, and they can plug in together. And now you have to slide this armor. You have to do it to get room in when the roof comes off on. And okay, so let's just make sure that everything is aligned. So there is a small slider here, so if you have problems with those lines, you can move those small sliders here, but I think it's fine like it is. And okay, and for this part, move those two parts up. Now when you right now when the legs are down, you cannot open this. because there's a locking point, but if you raise them you can now rotate this whole section like this, and this will allow you to slide those parts down. So this will open this sliding part. Also, when those parts are opened, you can now slide everything down. Do not worry about the sound, it sounds more damaging than it is. And there are two hinges here that can rotate, and they form a locking point, and you can lock the whole leg section in. And there are two rotating tabs here, tabs or plugs, or so you have something like this. And now just rotate this whole section here, so this lies on this part, and there is something wrong, and it's, is it or is it not? So there is some alignment issue, but I think it may be because of, no, it should be okay. Okay, so I think it should be fine, just the table is uneven and I didn't notice that. Okay, now close down the roof, and using those two tabs just put this in, and I think the knees are bent a little, so let me, oh, the leg popped off, do not worry, it's easy, I mean the foot, it's easy to plug back. And let me see if there is something. Yes, as you can see here, the knee was not fully extended. It's maybe hard to show on camera, but you have to trust me that this will take care of it. And you can lift those parts too. You can see some things are unplugging. This is now loose, but if you extend it and move it up, it should be more stiff. It's not, but it will be, trust me. Okay, it's okay now. And yeah, so now we plug this thing here, rotate everything here, make sure that everything is, I'm still let me just look at some. Okay, should be fine now. I just had to align the legs inside properly, and it's really hard to tell from this angle. So and here is him in car mode. This is a more compressed version. You can extend him a bit, so he is a bit longer, but to make him look like he looked in the comic and also be transformable, this is the look I came up with. So as you can see, the back is not really closed. It is kind of closed because of those feet, and I will be working on that in the future, and like it is said in the auction, I will update the buyer if I come up with some way. I mean, I have some ideas, but I'm lazy and this is the back, so I will probably get around to it. So yeah, the wheels do not spin. I mean, they are not stationary. They will rotate when you rotate them, so they could spin freely, but I opted for them to be more secure because you can pop them off. And so like when you move him like this, they will not roll, but the objects are made in such a way that I could roll. And for the guns, there are posts here, so you can plug in the guns. Yeah, so here is how he looks armored up, maybe extended version too if you wish. It kinda looks more like a trailer. Like you see, this is unplugging, but this should be more secure, and it will be, of course. And okay, and you can open this up and have something like this, some kind of attack mode perhaps, if you like. Maybe I can add some hidden missiles probably somewhere here, but we will see. So yeah, here's Optimus Prime in his alternative mode. So let's go back to the robot mode and sum everything up. So we are back in robot mode, and this figure is part of an auction, and I will show you the prototypes he comes with. So here is the gray prototype. This version is actually, some ideas are close to this version. As you can see, the wheels are now on his side of his legs. I was experimenting with some things. I was testing the sliding mechanism, but it didn't go on the back. Also, this section here is just plugged in. It doesn't open, and there is no locking point for the head, no pylons, so no details. So this is the crotch is different. So this is a very early functioning version, and there is also a very early version. So this is the red prototype, and the head is, so it is very loose, and I will have to ask the auction winner if he wants me to secure everything, to glue everything in, because it was more for scale, to get the feel of and here's my cat, sorry, to get the feel of the scale of how everything works. But you will get those two, and of course this one, as well as the guns, a lot of spare parts, the LED module, and I have bags of parts. If you are interested in seeing them, I can also add them. So this is an early look at this figure. Remember that some things may change. I may add some things, and so be on the lookout. Thank you for looking at this video. I will be making a separate technical video where I will talk about how I came up with some decisions on how to do stuff, how I design them. I will talk about why I did him, why am I interested in this character, if you are interested in my story. But for now, thank you, and see you at my other videos.